this video, we're just gonna focus on the value, okay? There's no fancy editing. I'm gonna explain to you how I was able to scale this store to generate $3,000 in the last 30 days, okay? By selling AI generated images from Midjourney, DALL-E, and all of these other AI stuff, okay? So this video is mostly focused on like things that worked for me, in particular for this store. We're gonna focus more on how to get profitable, how to scale the store, and what you need to do in order to generate results like that, because there's specific strategy that I did with this store in order to get to this point. I'm gonna explain it to you in a minute. I have a little presentation prepared and a little agenda. Okay, we're gonna talk about different products and AI and how to use them, because use different AI models to generate different images. It kind of depends on what type of niche you want to be in. We're going to talk about how to finally be profitable, because most of the people that try to sell AI images, they struggle with profitability. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you my SEO strategy. I just want to say right here before we start with SEO, I'm not an SEO expert. To me, this is a lot of like things that are constantly changing, and I know a little bit of it, but to me, SEO is all about ranking. I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing it, but if there are any SEO nerds watching this, you're probably gonna laugh at me, because maybe what I'm doing, it's not the actual SEO, but hey, it's working for me, then that's all I care. And then we're gonna talk about branding. And I actually said in parentheses that, yeah, it does matter. Branding, it does matter. It can increase your profitability, it can increase your sales. Branding might be not like the most crucial thing in my opinion, but it can for sure lead to a long-term customers, repeated customers, and therefore can increase your longevity, profitability, and all these other stuff, okay? But before I do that, I just want to show you the store real quickly and explain the stats a little bit, okay? So this is the store, right? In the last 30 days, we generated $3,000 in revenue, and we had over 550 orders, okay? Which is not a lot for amount of revenue that we generated when it comes to digital space. Usually people need to sell way more orders in order to get the numbers you are seeing right here, but I'm gonna explain to you what we did, okay? Here's the proof, okay? I'm gonna show you the today's data, and check this out. We only have 20 orders, okay? We only have 20 orders, and we generated $184 today, okay? The reason being why I'm saying we only have 20 orders, because anything from like $2 to $5, okay? So $20 technically should not lead us to almost $200 in revenue, but we are doing something very specific that's working out very well for us, and I think that's the key, okay? I'm gonna go over that in the presentation, okay? So you don't need to have a lot of orders in the digital space in order to generate numbers like that, but you do need a lot of listings, and I'm gonna tell you why you need a lot of listings in order to get to that. Those are pretty good numbers. $3,000, you know, might not be anything crazy, but this can be money for some people that allow you to, you know, pay for your rent, pay for bills and stuff like that. And if you live outside US, this might be actually a lot of money for someone that lives in like Poland, for example. I am originally from Poland, so making $3,000 over there, it's a pretty nice chunk of money, okay? And Etsy is available in a lot of countries, so anyone can do this as long as you have access to Etsy and AI like Midjourney and DALL-E. But please remember that this is just revenue, okay? So profitability is actually lower than that. Remember that we need to pay fees, and sometimes we spend money on ads. In this case, we didn't really spend money on ads on this store, because this store has a very specific niche that doesn't have a lot of competition, so we didn't really have to advertise it. But the fees itself, I would say that take about like 9 to 10%, so you need to subtract 9 to 10% from that number, okay? Okay, let's go to our presentation and go over the bullet points, okay? So as you can see, I have 4 bullet points. Let's go with the first one, which is different products and AI, okay? Selling AI art on Etsy is a marathon. It can take a while to see good results, okay? It's very rare that you're gonna see profitability very fast. If you guys been following me for a while, ever since I started this in 2023, you saw that I was reporting my results for one of my stores every month, and it was going up and down, okay? One month I would make like $300-400, and then the next one I would just make 60, okay? So it all was kind of up and down, and this whole year it was a playground. I was trying to figure out the method that can get me to like a pretty long-term sustainability, nice profits, okay? And I think at this point I kind of have like a formula for it, but yeah, it was up and down. So if you want to do this, be prepared that for a long time you're gonna eat poop, okay? Because you're not gonna make a lot of money with this. And this thing is scalable, it's easy, it's fun, but it can be tedious, okay? You're gonna get sick at one point sitting down and then generating images at Midjourney. I got sick so many times you don't even know, okay? Because after making 20, 50, 100, 1,000 of these images, you just get bored, okay? The cool thing is that you can do stuff in the meantime, like, I don't know, watch a YouTube video or something, but eventually it becomes tedious and boring. Okay, so there's a bunch of different products that you can sell. I have a couple of examples that I personally tried selling. Okay, so we got tumbler wraps. They've been very popular in 2023. They kind of lost their popularity in 2024. However, during the summer, I'm gonna assume this trend is gonna pick up again. Right now it's April and I feel like it's starting to slowly pick up again, this trend. So you just basically create images like this with AI, with DALL-E, and people can buy it and they can print them out on a Tumblr and everyone is happy, okay? This thing right here generated 783 sales in the month of December, which is equal to $5,000 in revenue, okay? So this thing right here generated that much money. Then we have clip art. That's probably the most popular digital product that it's being sold on Etsy. It's the easiest one to start. It also has the biggest amount of competition, but it's very fun to make and it's relatively easy. So a lot of people that start out, they usually start with clip art. So here's an example of a clip art. It's basically images of objects, animals, humans. In this case, it's cocktails, okay? This thing right here generated 185 sales, okay? Then we have junk journals. Junk journals are very niche, but you can sell them for a good price. This guy is selling it for $1, so he's not making a lot of money. But junk journals, you can usually charge higher prices and your bundles can be small, okay? Your bundle can be as little as like 10, 5 images and you can do well, okay? So this thing right here sold 52 times and generated $200 in revenue, okay? I really like selling junk journals because they are not as competitive as clip art. A lot of people jump into clip art because they like the idea of selling that product, but the reality is that in my opinion, it's actually easier if you do other products than clip art. Clip art is just like kind of oversaturated, so there's a lot of competition. You can still be successful because I sell a lot of clip art, but I think it's easier if you do other stuff, okay? Then we got digital paper. This is actually a bad example because it doesn't have any sales. So let me actually show you a legit digital paper right on Etsy. So let's type in digital paper. So digital paper is something that people use to wrap gifts around. So people are looking for ideas for different digital paper they can print out and use as a wrapping paper. I'm using a tool called Everbee to kind of spy on people and see the sales of my competition. And here's an example of digital paper. Okay, they got 139 sales and generated $554 in revenue, and it's just a bundle of 20 different floral digital papers that look kind of like this. There are seamless patterns that you can make in Midjourney, very easy to do. I have videos on my YouTube channel that show you how to do. Those are super easy to make. You can make them within a couple minutes. Usually people sell them very cheap, but if you create bigger bundles, you can actually charge more money. I'm gonna explain to you how to actually monetize these stores, even though you're gonna sell a lot of cheap stuff, but eventually you're gonna do something in order to increase your profitability. And also you can sell AI prompts, okay? I sell AI prompts. I think this is an underrated niche. Not a lot of people are doing it. I think they are missing out. This thing sold 356 times and generated $3,500 in revenue, and it's just a list of thousands of Midjourney prompts, okay? If you generate clip art or digital paper or whatever, right, you already have prompts. Like, for example, I have a prompt right here of these like GTA 3 characters, okay? I could technically just copy this, put it in a spreadsheet and sell it as a prompt. It's very easy to get like thousands of these prompts because you probably already have a bunch of them, okay? So you can just literally save them from Midjourney, DALL-E, whatever you use, put them in a spreadsheet and you can sell as a bundles, kind of like you have it right here, okay? That's super easy to do. A lot of people are realizing what AI is and what you can do with Midjourney, and they're looking for prompts. Prompts are selling very well on Etsy. But now let's talk about AI and different usages. So there are two major AI generators, okay? We got DALL-E and we got Midjourney. And there's a slight difference in usage for these two, okay? This is an example of an image from DALL-E. This is an example of an image of Midjourney, okay? Keep in mind that AI stuff are evolving really fast. So by the time you're watching this video, the reality might be completely different. Every day, every week, these things changes so fast. So whatever I'm telling you here right now, it might not be the case by the time you watch this video, okay? So the difference between DALL-E and Midjourney is following. DALL-E has a glowy style. So a lot of images on DALL-E have this like glowy, shiny style. I don't know how to describe it. That's just how they look, okay? Midjourney is a little bit different. DALL-E is more specific. So whatever you tell DALL-E, it will create exactly that, okay? Midjourney, it's not like that. Midjourney cannot be as specific as DALL-E. And even though DALL-E is more specific, it cannot create everything, okay? Sometimes it's too specific and it struggles with some concepts and ideas because it's usually using the same style. Midjourney, because it can switch styles, you can create every style you want. DALL-E, not so much, okay? You cannot really do a watercolor stuff with DALL-E, okay? I think Midjourney is better than that. DALL-E is very good with text, so you can create any text you want, and it's usually very good. And the biggest con, in my opinion, for DALL-E, that it has daily and hourly limitations, okay? And they are just terrible because you can only create certain amount of images and it's very low compared to Midjourney, okay? Now let's talk about Midjourney. You can create almost any style. As I said, watercolor, shiny, oil painted, whatever you want it, Midjourney will do it, okay? Midjourney is very good with that. Anime, whatever you want, they will do it. It's amazing. It's semi-specific, so whatever you type in, you might not actually get the results you want. So if you, for example, say you want a black cat wearing a red hat, smoking a cigarette and dancing in the rain with a Tesla car driving right next to it, you're probably not gonna get that, okay? You're gonna get something similar to it, but it's not going to be exactly that. DALL-E is different though. DALL-E would actually give you that image the way you describe it, but the style, it will struggle with style. Midjourney is better with styling, but it's worse with understanding the commands. Midjourney can create text on images, but it's not as good as DALL-E. DALL-E, it's almost perfect when it comes to putting text on images. Midjourney, it still needs some work. And Midjourney has no limitations. I mean, it doesn't have limitations if you pay for it, okay? The limitations are pretty high if you have the subscription. DALL-E, even though you spend money, you still have limitations, which is very annoying. Okay, now I want to tell you the secret that I was telling you earlier, how to become profitable, okay? Because the biggest problem with selling these digital products is that a lot of them are in a price range of $2, $4, $5, okay? So again, it's very hard to scale it and to become profitable because if there's a lot of listings that are costing like $2, $3, need to create a lot of orders, okay? But there's a hack to it which I'm using and it's very effective. So basically what you need to do is you need to have something in your store that will generate a lot of money, okay? And I have a couple of examples, okay? You need to have a mega bundle, okay? A whole store bundle, okay? For example, that you sell for $100. So someone who buys a whole store bundle get an access to the whole store, all your listings, okay? So you need to charge a lot of money for that because it's a very valuable listing. And usually if someone purchases a whole store bundle, they're not gonna purchase anything else from you, but that's okay because you can charge a really good money for this, and that's how you increase your profits by a lot, okay? You can offer personalization. So for example, if you select anime characters, for example, you can create custom anime characters with Midjourney or something, and personalized item costs a lot of money. So you can charge like anything from like 30 to $100 for personal characters, depends on complexity and etc. Okay. You can offer commercial license. So if someone wants to sell any of your products, they need to purchase the license first, which also will cost a lot of money. And then we have huge mega bundles of 1,000, hundreds, 500 images. Okay, so for example, if you create 4 bundles in a similar theme, okay, let's say you created 4 bundles of 20 images in a spring theme, okay? Now we can combine all of those, you already have them, and just create another extra bundle that will have all of them with a little discount, okay? So let's say each bundle costs $3, and if you have 4 of them, if I wanna buy 4 of them, I will need to spend $12. But maybe you will have that extra 5th bundle that have all of these 4 that you just mentioned earlier, but you're gonna sell it for 10. Now people get it on discount and they get all these images at once and they're happy, okay? So the strategy is to create a lot of small bundles for like $2, $3 to bring people in, and then have something big, a big bundle, wholesale, whole shop bundle, commercial license bundle that will generate you money, okay? You use the small bundles to bring traffic and then the big one to generate money. And here's an example of a store that does this pretty well, okay? So this store is selling like Tumblr designs, print demand designs, okay, for like $2, okay? A lot of listings on this store cost $2. But then they have this one right here, this listing right here, commercial license. If someone wants to use their designs and put them on like t-shirts, etc., they need to spend $23, okay? So everyone who wants to buy anything from this store needs to spend $23 first in order to use it. I think this is a very smart strategy, okay? So for example, I want to start selling tumblers with this design, I need to buy this commercial license for $20 first. It's a very smart idea of how to increase your profits, because the biggest struggle you're gonna face when it comes to selling digital products is that they are very cheap. okay? There's so much competition. So you need to have something big in your store that you can generate money, okay? Again, commercial license, whole store bundle, whatever it is, you need to have that drive in your store. That's why, for example, I only generated 20 orders today, but I made almost $200 because I have a couple of these big bundles in my store, and a lot of time people buy those. They come to look for small bundles in my store, but they explore more my shop and they decide to purchase something bigger and more valuable. Okay, now I want to talk about my SEO strategy. As I said earlier, I'm not a big SEO guy, but I feel like I watch enough YouTube videos to understand the basics. So I'm going to tell you kind of what I'm doing, okay? So the biggest thing about SEO is ranking, okay? In using the keywords. You probably heard this millions of times. Keywords, 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 right? It's kind of the truth though. But like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't look like for the most niche keyword ever. Don't spend that much time on it. I don't think it's worth it. What is worth it, in my opinion, is ranking. And the way you rank is the amount of time people will look at your listing, okay? How many add to carts you get, how many favors you get. Basically, how attractive is your listing? That's more important than like the SEO nerdy stuff, okay? Just put the main keywords in it and it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Don't spend hours on researching keywords. I think that's just not worth your time, okay? But here's some general tips I can give you about SEO, okay? Use keywords in your titles. Use all 13 tags, okay? Avoid repeating the same keywords. So don't say clip art bundle a couple of times in the title, okay? Just say it once. And when you create SEO titles, think about Google, okay? Because the thing with Etsy is that the most valuable traffic is from Google, not actually from Etsy. If you can bring people from outside Etsy to come and buy your stuff, that's really valuable, okay? So when you try to optimize, think about Google optimization, not Etsy, because you can bring more new unknown people than the ones that already know you. Also, you can use query to kind of figure out what's working, okay? So query is the search bar on Etsy. If you start typing keywords, like for example, in this case, I started typing Christmas clip art, Etsy's showing me what are the top keywords associated with it. So whatever is on the top is the number one keyword that people are looking for. And then the second one, this is the most second search one, the third most search one, the fourth most search one. You get the idea, okay? This is like a free keyword research, okay? But in general, I use Everbee. I use Everbee to kind of get my keyword ideas. So I already kind of told you earlier about Everbee. Everbee is a tool that can do a lot of stuff, okay? It can help you with product research. It can help you spy on your competitors. It can help you with keywords. Like I can see all the keywords right here in tags for this particular listing. It will also help you with emails. You can send emails, which emails are amazing because they can bring repetitive customers to your store, which I really like. In general, get Everbee. You have a link for it down below. It's going to give you a free trial if you use my link. It's just an amazing tool that you can do multiple stuff with it, okay? But going back to our presentation, I use Everbee to kind of figure out my keywords, okay? So when I look for keywords, ideally I look for keywords that are green, okay? So like this one right here. What's a green keyword? The one that has relatively low competition and has some certain keyword score, okay? Try to avoid the red ones. Red ones are keywords that have a lot of competition but also just don't make sense. Like this one, for example, 2 questions mark clip art. No one is using this. Just don't use anything like that, okay? And then we have blue keywords. There are similar keywords to the main one and they usually have some competition as well, but they just fit very well, okay? So for example, Christmas clip art would go well with clip art SVG, okay? Those two things usually match together as long as you use SVGs. If you don't, you can put clip art PNG, for example. So you kind of want to mix and match those in your title. Title is the main thing about the SEO, okay? Description is not as ranked as high as the title, but title is. And when it comes to the title, you want to use the keywords that people are looking for on Etsy, okay? So for example, if people are looking for a Christmas bundle, type in Christmas clip art bundle, okay? Father's Day gift, because people are looking for gifts. Remember, Etsy is a gift platform, so a lot of people are looking for ideas for gifts, etc. Valentine's Day seamless pattern, okay? That's an example. Bad example is a clip art PNG bundle Christmas. These keywords just don't make sense. Put the keywords in order that like sounds natural, okay? What would someone type in order to find the product? You can also try creating combos, and I can't really confirm if this works or not, but it does make sense to me. I actually stole this tactic from this YouTube lady that sells on Etsy. I forgot her name. but she talks about SEO and all of that. And what she does, she basically makes these like combos. So for example, this is all this just one title, right? But here are the combos that she created in this one title, okay? Golden Retriever shirt, okay? And then it says Golden Retriever lover t-shirt. So what she's doing is like, this is one keyword, okay? And then this is another one. And here's another one. And here's another one. And here's another one. So she created this title in a way without commas, without any other special signs, that they all kind of connect. So when someone types in, it can rank for multiple keywords, okay? Again, I cannot really confirm if this strategy really works. I have listings that are using this strategy, but I'm not seeing anything crazy, okay? I think, again, when it comes to SEO, the most important thing is ranking. How attractive is your listing? How many people clicks on it? How many saves you have? I think that's more important than like doing this, but I don't think this is gonna hurt you. I think that might actually help you. This is probably some old school SEO stuff. Okay, now let's talk about branding for a little bit, because branding, in my opinion, is not like the most important thing, but it can for sure help you like a lot, okay? The most important thing, in my opinion, is just finding listings that are popular right now. That's why you wanna get Everbee to kind of spy on your competition and just figure out what is the trend right now, what is selling right now, okay? When it comes to branding, I think branding can help you with long-term customer retention, and that's kind of what we did with that store that I just showed you, okay? We have a specific brand. So for example, I have a couple of stores here ranked in E rank, and the one that I marked red, okay, they usually just sell clip art. These are branded stores and they do better than the ones that are not. So branding for sure can bring better results. And as you can see, it's a little bit more stable. Like the sales on the branded stores, the graphs on those look more stable. They look the same, okay? Versus, for example, this one, where you can see that the tractions goes down. Same with this one, for example, because also it's not using branding. So the thing with branding is like you need to figure out what is your audience. So for example, if you sell clip art, usually the people who buy clip art are moms, DIY people, teachers. It's usually the teachers, sometimes nurses, but that's kind of the crowd. So if you're trying to sell clip art, you want to sell stuff for kids, for babies. So like images of baby animals, images of balloons, something that's like related to childhood and things like that, because they buy these clip art to basically put them on notes, stickers that they give to kids. That's usually how that works. Once you start your store, keep the cohesive and consistent theme, okay? So here are examples of two different stores, but they have a very specific style. All the listings look the same. You want to do that because it's just pleasant to an eye. It creates a memory in the customer eyes, and they can feel something, okay? You want to create a feeling. Like when I'm looking at this, the feeling I'm getting is like, oh, luxury, clean, okay? When I'm looking at this, it's like cute, animals, kind of overwhelming, but in a good way, okay? This is a little bit more gentle. They have completely two different vibes, but because they are cohesive, I kind of get the idea right away what these stores represent. And cohesiveness and a branded store just looks better, and it makes your customer feel good about themselves when they look at it, okay? Also, a couple certain minor things that can help you with branding is have a bio, write something like, you know, digital image is your passion or something. You can figure out, ask ChatGPT. I would suggest using a real photo. It just builds a little bit more trust. I would try not to give a vibe of an AI guy. You don't want to be an AI guy. You can acknowledge that you sell AI images, but don't be obvious about it, okay? Try not to show it. In the bio, you can say why you create art, what are your passion. Try to please your crowd, basically. And trust is a big thing on Etsy, okay? If you can build trust, you can build long-term customers, okay? They will come back to you and buy more stuff from you. So that's the training I had for you. I hope you find this valuable. If you want to join our networking community, go to dropshipping.com. Gonna get access to our Discord, our weekly meetings. We have 2 weekly meetings, okay, every week. One dedicated to selling digital products on Etsy, one dedicated to dropshipping on places like TikTok Shop and stuff like that. We also start talking about TikTok affiliate programs too, because these things are blowing up. We have a bunch of courses dedicated to a bunch of different side hustles. It's an amazing community that we have created for the last 3-4 years now. So if you want to join us, go to dropshipping.com. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel if you want to find more information on making money online. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Bye.